What's up, everyone? Welcome back to All Takes No Whiffs. I'm Christian. That's Alex, and we are going to be continuing our fighter profile. The second half of this super fight coming up this weekend between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. This time, we're going into Tank Davis. Gervonta Davis, man, he's been ever since he really made his name known in boxing. He's just been one of the most followed guys in boxing. He's one of the biggest draws in boxing, to be honest with you. All at 28 years old. In my opinion, that's him really approaching his prime now. Came through from Baltimore, Maryland. He picked up boxing at 5 years old after an altercation in the neighborhood. And from there, I think it was just pretty evident. Coaches and trainers, they all saw that Tank had something special in him. And it's my thing that I really like about Tank is he's kind of always been undersized. And I think people I don't want to say overlooked him, but they would definitely mention that for sure. And then he would surprise them with his power and his boxing ability. And at 14 years old, Tank started getting into more elite amateur tournaments, and he just continued to show that he's that guy. And yeah, Gervonta Davis, I feel like it was just noticeable right away that he's going to be one of the biggest names in boxing. And honestly, that's kind of why Floyd Mayweather picked him up early.
Yeah, Floyd saw some potential in him. He saw that this guy could probably make some money for him too, but also for himself as well.
Yeah.
But kind of like you were saying, Tank from a young age really had potential in boxing. People around him they saw it too, got him into the boxing gyms and everything. And like you said, at 14 years old, he started really getting into more amateur fights and stuff. So this dude has a pretty decorated amateur record or resume too, but to kind of get into his professional resume, which is very, very decorated. Tank made his professional debut in 2013 against Desi Williams. This was another first round KO, just like Ryan Garcia did.
Oh yeah, and honestly, when it comes to Tank's pro resume, he's got some really solid names on it. But his what Tank's known for is his KO percentage. He's 26-0, 24 knockouts. I believe that's a KO percentage. What is it? 87, 90? Nah, I'm
90
not.
something probably.
Yeah, I think it's 92. I don't know where I got 87 from. I think that's somebody else that's up there. But yeah, Gervonta Davis, one of the highest KO percentages in all of boxing. He stopped Jose Pedraza. We know Pedraza as a really slick, light on his feet boxer. Tank crushed him.
Yeah.
That
Oh
was all
yeah.
the way back in 2017, and he destroyed Pedraza, and then he beat Liam Walsh as well in 2017. That was his first time defending his title. Oh, forgot to mention, he first won the title against Pedraza when he stopped him. And looking back into the Gamboa fight, it was a funny fight because Gervonta he whooped his ass, and it was like one of the funniest. It was one of the funniest ass whoopings I've seen because Gamboa was just he was bouncing around, he was hurt, and it was interesting. But actually, at the same time, I'm pretty sure Gamboa got hurt in the fight, so that was another thing. And then you also got Gervonta Davis's first fight at 140 up against Mario Barrios. That was an interesting fight for sure. I thought Tank had control over the fight for the most part. But then, according to Floyd, he was down on the scorecards. That turned Tank up, got the stoppage against Barrios in exciting fashion, to be honest with you. And honestly, another really notable win for me in his pro resume, his knockout of Leo Santa Cruz. A lot of people were saying Santa Cruz was a small guy. Say what you want. Tank is also a small guy himself, but that is one of the most brutal knockouts I feel like I've seen in recent boxing history. Just that left uppercut after countering a straight right. It was a thing of beauty, to be honest. And then Tank's like, I guess you could say his biggest test, like the most he's gotten pushed in the fight was against Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He won that by unanimous decision. Scorecards were kind of close. Cruz really brought it to him, but
Pushed him.
Tank, yeah, really pushed him. But Tank just, with his boxing ability, he worked around him, got some clean work, and definitely won that fight. It was a nice showing.
I mean, Isaac Cruz, he definitely really pushed Gervonta in that fight, but Gervonta got his hand raised in that fight. One of the only times that he's made it all the way through 12 rounds. But after the Liam Walsh fight, I want to go back a little bit. Tank actually didn't make weight for this fight, and it was still a title defense, and the other guy was fighting for it. I can't think of his name right now, but obviously Tank won, but he just wasn't fighting for the title at that point because he didn't make weight, and then obviously he started to move up. But kind of to move on to Rolly Romero. I know Christian wanted to get into this, but this kind of really wasn't a fight. Gervonta Davis dominated this, and this was a really, really brutal KO too.
Yeah, it was a brutal KO for sure. It was just kind of funny. All the smack talk from Raleigh leading up to it. And then it was just one punch. Just like I think Gervonta, that was probably like the least amount of punches I've seen him throw in a fight. It might be like statistically too, but yeah, just one punch to put Raleigh out, shut him up for sure. After that, that was definitely something that's a sight to see.
Oh yeah, and then Hector Luis Garcia fought him earlier this year. Honestly, the way he put him out, pretty easy. Hector Luis Garcia, he put 3 left hands straight in a row right to Tank, and then Tank brought a little left, I think a left-handed uppercut or a left hand, and it was night night from there. So
Mhm.
Tank has had some pretty brutal KOs, but I mean this guy is honestly a very, very skilled boxer. One thing I would really like for him to work on, and I know that he's probably going to be working on because he said this in the Showtime All Access interview, is his defense. Does not want to get hit by Ryan Garcia. He knows what Ryan Garcia is capable of, and he's been saying this. All Ryan Garcia has is that left hook. So maybe if that's all he can guard against, and Ryan doesn't come up with something new, maybe that he can just guard against that and won't have to worry about
Mhm.
anything else.
Yeah, I feel like Tank's team has a good idea of how they want to approach this fight. What's really nice about Tank is he's a versatile fighter. He
Hmm.
he could brawl. He brings the power like few people bring the power in that weight class, and he could also box very clean. He's light on his feet. That's what I really like about Tank, and I think that's going to be one of the main difference makers in this fight. Going to save that for the preview, of course, but I'm really liking how this fight is building up. This fight's probably going to do crazy numbers for pay per view. And what I really like about it, Tank has been, you could say he's the A side, yeah, but like both of these guys got some crazy clout. So it's just, I think the numbers are going to be crazy. The amount of eyes on this fight is going to be great. I just cannot wait for this. Gervonta Davis, uh, hell of a fighter. I sound like Floyd Mayweather saying that, to be honest. But if you guys are looking forward to Gervonta fighting this weekend against Ryan Garcia, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications to stay tuned for our preview. We're going to be getting in depth into how this fight is going to match up stylistically and I'll give our predictions, of course. And if you guys would like, go ahead and like this video. We would really appreciate the support. And check out our socials. You could find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or IG, all at All Take Zero Whiffs. And you can find our personals down there in the corner. But yeah, I just can't wait to see Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia share the ring. Mega fight, biggest fight in 2023 at this point, maybe the biggest fight in 2023 all year. That's the type of caliber that this fight is. I just cannot wait for it. But until then, peace.
Peace.